Okay, thank you for joining our respiratory department meeting for the month of June. We're already at the end of June. Man, halfway through the year. That grease lightning. Time flies when you're having fun. So, start off with a brief reflection. This is a quote from Henry Ford, Sr. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. I think this is exemplified not only in our department, but our hospital and company at large. That was a good quote. The agenda for this month, we're going to go over a little bit of an accounting, productivity, OT, RT equipment, talk about an upcoming mock survey that'll be happening mid-July. Some hanging slides regarding team. We'll go over employee self-evaluations. It's that time of the year again where we're doing employee evaluations. It's also a good time for you to assess kind of where you've been, where you want to go into the future. So those are open. We'll go over how to navigate to those again during this meeting. And moving forward, again, if you have any questions on how to get there, obviously I'm available to help navigate you there. Employee satisfaction. So the employee satisfaction survey, the most recent one, has closed and the data has been aggregated and presented to the leaders. We're going to go kind of quickly over a high-level report of various topics covered in the My Voice survey. And then as we have in years past, we'll kind of drill down as much as possible for areas of opportunity for me, some suggestions that I can do to implement and we can do collectively to make the department better. We'll go over some education. A lot of you have already been through the clinical day and education day presented by Dave Gerner and his team. We're also quickly approaching the RT Skills Fair, which will again happen in September, early October. You will be, dates, I believe, are posted in the department for when you're able to attend those, but that's coming up as well. Unit-Based Practice Council, I don't think we have Carrie or Danielle on. I'll just reiterate what they have been working on previously up to this point. Hanging slide again, scanning scores, how we're doing collectively, some open positions, we'll discuss that. Kudos for the month of June. We must have been like super busy because there was no kudos on the board this month, which was a darn shame. I do have some recognition, however, to give out at that point, so we'll talk about it then, and then open forum and questions. So year-to-date productivity, it looks like from the reports that I'm able to aggregate, we have already slipped over into the new fiscal year. We have a year-to-date productivity at 105%, which is great. Year-to-date overtime, again, really higher than it ought to be, 3.41. We shoot for 2% or less. Obviously, this will flatten out as the year goes by and we get more of those positions closed. RT equipment, this was brought up actually by Marissa, so I'll present this here in the department meeting. Again, a gentle reminder, you guys typically do a fantastic job of breaking down equipment, throwing away circuitry, wiping it down, tagging and bagging. Just note that if we are also, or when we use our EKG machines, take a moment to do the same with them, wipe them down, bag them, and tag them and place them back in their homes. It has been noticed in the recent weeks and months that there's been a little bit of drift there. Understandably, our partners at bedside nursing, other staff members utilize that machine. But if you see it, just take a moment and bag it and tag it if it isn't already. Mock survey. So we have CIHQ coming on site. The window for the survey is mid-July. We've gone through a mock survey with this company before, and again, generally the hospital does very well. Respiratory therapy does very well. You guys know exactly what to do when surveyors come through, and it's not to hide in a corner. I know you guys don't do that. I know that you have been approached before by surveyors, and if you're not able to find exactly what it is that they're looking for, you go up the chain of command, get myself involved, and we're able to take care of the situation. Um, it's nothing to be afraid of. This is really a learning experience, not just for us in respiratory therapy, but also for the hospital at large, so that when we are surveyed by TJC, that we do so with flying colors. If you have any questions about what our roles and responsibilities are, or just generally apprehensive about the mock survey that's coming up, please reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'll be happy to kind of talk through it with you. It's not scary. It's fine. Team, just a hanging slide. Everyone that's on this call, I know this doesn't necessarily pertain to you, but just so I keep it in the forefront of your mind. Time cards are your responsibility. Make sure at the close of payroll that you're verifying your hours and signing off on your team. Okay, so as I had mentioned earlier, the employee self-evaluation. So this is this time of the year where managers are tasked with going over their employee evaluations. This is also time where you can put in your 2 cents about where you think you've been over the course of this last year and what your goals are for the upcoming year. I would encourage all of you to do your self-evaluation so that we kind of have a jump point to begin a conversation of what plans we will have in store for you, or what training that we can offer you additionally. Um, Again, if you have any problems navigating, this is kind of a breakdown of what you need to do in order to navigate to the employee self-eval. It's in Pathways, oddly enough. So you go to the Employee Central. From there, you go to Learning. You click on Pathways. From Pathways, it goes to your home profile. There's the hamburger symbol, I guess you can call it, the top right of that screen. Click on that. You have a drop down that goes to performance, and then to my reviews, I think that says. Once you click on there, you have this already assigned to you in your queue, and it's just complete self-review. This will go pretty straightforward, step by step, on how to and what it is they're looking for, how you felt you did this year, what your goals are for this coming up year, and overall how you think your performance was. Again, I really encourage everyone to do this, and just like in years past, I'll be evaluating everybody in the department and setting aside time to go over with each and every one of you these evals. The employee satisfaction survey. So I again I don't know what to say. The results came in, they were overwhelmingly positive. Thank you all. That is it's a commentary not just on me, but on the hospital and the organization. It tells me that I'm kind of meeting your expectations, if nothing else. As we move forward up until next round, next year's employee satisfaction survey, we're going to, as I said earlier, drill down into some areas of opportunity to make it even better than where we're at right now. But with that said, we'll kind of skim over what the report is that's generated or has been generated from this year's survey, just to kind of give you some feedback as to what the department is feeling. And then months subsequently, we'll go and do those drill downs. So this is again through Press Ganey. We had a 95% response rate. There was only one person, I believe, in the department that did not fill out the survey. So thank you all very much for taking the time to do so. Again, to reiterate, I believe I mentioned it before, but again, we had the highest response rate in, I think, California, certainly within our region. Unheard of numbers, a lot of participation. So thank you all for taking the time to do that. It really gives us the feedback that we need to make things better for you or for all of us. So the engagement indicator, this is a composite of 6 items, the degree of pride in the organization, the intent to stay, willingness to recommend, and overall satisfaction. So very good numbers. Historical performance, we looks like last year was still pretty high at 4.25. We went up from last year. We are ahead of the curve versus the organization. So again, very good numbers. It overall, I'm a satisfied employee. Very high marks there. I'm grateful that you guys feel that way in the department. I do my best to make you feel empowered. So this is good feedback for me. Hey, Gary, thanks for joining.
Hello.
Next one, Gary, if you don't mind, or I can put you on mute. Perfect. Thank you. Resilience, again, we are up since last year. 2023 metrics was 4.31. We are at 4.38. We're ahead of the curve versus the organization on this one. It is I can enjoy my personal time without focusing on work matters. That is huge for work-life balance. Mason, yes, we are. We are champs when it comes to surveys. Thank you very much for participating in this one. So again, very good numbers, very good feedback. Activation, focusing on finding meaning in the work and focusing on the patients and slash clients as individuals. We are ahead of last year. 4.31 was 2023. We're at 4.38 this year. And again, we beat out the overall organization in this metric as well. So very important that you find your work to be meaningful, because obviously that translates into better care, quite frankly, for our patients. Prevention and reporting, items that focus on prevention. If there's an error, employees feel comfortable speaking up and that mistakes are used as learning experiences. So 4.36, we're above the overall organization. I know that while these metrics have been high historically, they were, as long as I've been here, ones which we were working on, particularly just to empower you guys to know that when you report stuff, it actually does go somewhere. Well, it's not used punitively. It's used to just kind of educate and get everybody on the same page. So I'm really happy that we're making some headway in this respect, just insofar as it's really to emphasize a culture of safety, not to necessarily get people in trouble. Pride and reputation, very good again, 4.36. We are above the overall organization on this metric as well. Employees feel that the organization places an emphasis on safety and would feel comfortable recommending their organization for patient care. Senior management provides a work climate that promotes patient safety. This is huge. I can tell you that this is a metric that we struggle with overall. Oddly, there is some results that would indicate that employees don't necessarily feel safe or necessarily would recommend their place of work for their friends or family members or themselves. This here for this group tells me that we work here, we think it's good, and we would encourage others to come here as well for care. So that's honestly the type of company facility that we want to run, and this tells me that you feel that way, which it should be. The way we work, by focusing on our mission, ownership and accountability, agility, inclusion, excellence, we create cohesive teams and accomplish more together than we can individually. So 90.7, The metric on this one is a little wonky because it has a historical performance at 4.41 versus what we have now at 90.7. I'm not sure. It seems like it's a good metric. I just don't know how those intersect. It seems like they have a different scale between the years, but nevertheless, it does seem like we're doing good here as well. The relationships we build, again, the metrics are a little bit different. Grounded in our values and commitment to human kindness, we build trusting relationships with each other and the people we serve. Again, really high marks across the board. It looks like the person I report to treats me with respect. I know you guys know that. I bring that to work day in and day out. I do respect each and every one of you. You guys do incredible work day in and day out, and I try and do my best to give you the leadership and direction that you deserve. So thank you. Outcomes we achieve. We take pride in the care that we deliver and make time to celebrate our efforts and the connections we build along the way. Metrics are off again, but it does seem like these are good. Um, I'm proud to tell people that I work for this organization, really high marks. I'm elated that you feel that way. I try to make this department shine and the facility and organization shine as much as I can. So it's good to receive this feedback. Strengths. So this again, these are the highest metrics that are kind of itemized with the my voice survey. Top 10, the person that I report to is a good communicator. I hope so. I try to be. The person I report to gives me useful feedback. Again, I try to have an open door policy and give you guys clear direction. The person I report to encourages teamwork. With teamwork makes the dream work, right? The actions of the person I report to support the organization's mission and values. That's what I try to bring to you guys each and every day. And we all take this all very seriously. So I try to embody that as well. The person I report to treats me with respect. Obviously, of course, I do my best. Um, my work unit works well together. I think through the years we have definitely curated. We've had a lot of new faces. We've had a lot of new workers join our ranks. They've all integrated extremely well. I think we have a very positive culture within the respiratory department, and to be quite honest, within Woodland Memorial as a whole. Employees will freely speak up if they see something that may negatively affect patient care. I take all input seriously. I know when there are any kind of areas of opportunity, if it's brought to my attention, I do everything in my power to either directly fix it myself or partner with other leadership to find a resolution. We are actively doing things to improve patient safety. That is with our iris reporting, that is with just speaking up with concern, and that there's actually action, meaningful action that happens on the back end. So this organization provides career development opportunities. We have, between the organization itself and SEIU, there are just buckets of money that you have available to you to take courses, to go to conferences, to re-up your certifications and licensures. I think there's more education regarding that now and hopefully more utilization. It seems with the response to this that there is, so that's great. Different work units work well together in this organization. I think we partner very well with our nursing leaders and other ancillary staff members. It's a very cohesive bunch here at Woodland Memorial, and especially so in respiratory therapy. Concerns. No concerns, which is great. There certainly are areas of opportunity that we're going to take a look at, some metrics that are lower than others. And that's what we'll be drilling down on in the coming months. But here, it's basically concerns are identified through the application of an algorithm that considers performance score, percent unfavorable, and negative difference from designated national benchmarks. So obviously, for this department, there were none, but doesn't mean that there aren't places that we can do better or I can do better. Key drivers promote, recognize what matters, reinforce as key factors in engagement, and don't allow these to slip. This is top 6, it looks like. The organization makes every effort to deliver safe, error-free care to patients. Organization provides high-quality care and service. The actions of this organization live up to our mission. Senior management provides work climate that promotes patient safety. We're actively doing things to improve patient safety, and I see our organization's value consistently demonstrated in my department. These are all things I believe that we do. I'll ensure to continue to promote these actively moving forward. Focus, key drivers. Invest here to improve focus, and investments here to drive engagement. Unit doesn't have any focus items either, so no concerns, no focus items. Doesn't mean there aren't things that we can focus on, but I'll be able to drill down some more once I dig into this report more granularly. But again, more to come as the months in the oncoming months. Summary. So engagement indicator, all these scores are really good. We beat out the organization as a whole on every one of them. It looks like we beat out the national healthcare average as well. So on nearly every metric, we're meeting and exceeding the overall organization, which is fantastic. Like I've done in years past, again, to reiterate, I'll take a look at the ones that are relatively low and see if I can solicit from you or our unit-based practice council any ideas or suggestions to make these even better. Okay, that was a lot. Now, moving on. Before we hit education, was there any general questions regarding the My Voice survey results? Okay. And like I said, we'll go over in some more detail as the months go on, where there might be some areas of opportunity. Education. So this is, again, just a hanging slide to reiterate the 2 education days that we have lined up for you. Some of you have gone through it already. The education day and the clinical day. Actively scheduling you for dates and times. This will show up on our schedule so you know when to go. I've heard overwhelmingly positive feedback from those that have attended already. Dave Gerner and his team do a phenomenal job. And if you haven't gone already, you are or will be scheduled very shortly. With regards to professional development, I had touched on this in the survey question. These are the 2 banks which you can utilize if you want to go to a conference, if you want to offset the costs for another certification. EdAssist through the organization, and SEIU, the education fund, through the union, 2 areas where you can get some compensation for successful completion of either a certificate program or a conference. If you need help navigating either of these sites, I've utilized these in the past. I'm pretty familiar with the what is required, the requirements for these. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I'd be happy to help. Unit-based practice council. Carrie is not on the call. Danielle is still out. If I remember correctly, again, Carrie's looking to find a date and time where we can have a social event. I think we're talking about one of the free concerts in the park downtown, probably next month or maybe in August. More details to come on that. Scanning scores. Actively, I audit our scanning scores in the respiratory department. This is just to make sure that we are complying with the national patient safety goals, making sure that we're giving the right medication to the right patient at the right time. We're all doing very well. I would just ask that if you come across or you have a workstation where the scanner doesn't work, put a ticket in for that workstation, find a workstation that does work correctly so that we can be in compliance with scanning the medications with the patients. Open positions. We still have a few open positions that have yet to be closed out. We have one per diem, two full-time temps that are still out there. I have gotten a couple of resumes for the full-time temps that I have to schedule interviews for, but these are have not been closed yet. So just as an FYI. Kudos. So as I was saying, our Kudo board was unfortunately blank for first time in a while for the month of June. But I will say that I did get some feedback from Dr. Robinson just 2 days ago. This was from one of our newer staff members, Ina. We had a status asthmaticus patient in the ICU that was intubated that had, as you can imagine, a lot of peak pressure issues. He had made a point to let me know the following day after Ina had seen this patient and after the patient had transferred to a different facility that he was impressed with the way in which she had managed that ventilator and had made suggestions for pharmaceuticals, particularly breathing treatments that would be helpful in decreasing those peak pressures. Said that he was very impressed with her work. So thank you very much, Ina, for doing what you did with that patient. I know all of you do phenomenal work. This one was particularly called out by Dr. Robinson, so very cool. And with that said, yes, great job, Ina. Thank you, Mason. With that said, that is all I have. I raced through that a lot faster than I thought I would. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Once? Twice? Okay. Well, thank you all for joining. And here is to fiscal year 25.
Yay.
Take it. Have a good afternoon, you guys.
Hi, everybody.